Alright everyone, welcome back to another drive along. This is a little different. I gotta put my seatbelt on. Instead of using the gimbal, I'm using the Insta360 here. Okay, I need to trim the tree a little bit. Anyways, so I'm using the Insta360 to replace the gimbal here. I'm gonna give that a try, see how it works. The only problem is the sound. The sound is in mono. So only one input for sound. For drive-alongs, I don't mind, as long as it actually doesn't make too much noise. Which on a chest mount inside, on a chest mount inside, it's not that bad. So on a chest mount inside, no wind, it's actually not that bad. I'm hoping. I won't know until I actually see it, but I don't think it is. So I'm giving it a try. I have it on a selfie stick on the Ready Action camera mount because it has that 3/4 attachment to it. And yellow light. And we'll give that a try. Now the mic is, the 360 camera is like right in front of my mouth, so I don't think we'll have an issue with sound. It should pick up pretty good. There's no vibration because it's on a chest mount, so it doesn't vibrate that much. There's a lot of vibration that this camera picks up. That's what I've noticed, and riding a bike with it is not ideal for sound. But what I do is I just use my Samsung Galaxy S7 as a mic. It's stereo. I'm also still experimenting and trying to perfect the ambisonics. I'm using Audacity to create 4 channels and trying to use the 4 channels to create spatial audio. It's a little challenging. It's not exactly as I would expect it. I think personally right now, with the software I have and the equipment that I have, stereo is a lot better. But in 360, the problem with using stereo is that you're headlocked. So even though if you look around, all the sounds on the right side that I record stays on the right side, and so you're getting headlocked. But I think the sound sounds good. Now when I do regular videos, the non-360 videos, just the regular videos where I have cut scenes and pan left and right and tilt up and down and all that stuff, stereo works good for the most part. I'm still going to play around with the stereo. With the audio software Audacity, I might be able to split the stereo into 2 mono, essentially creating stereo. And then as I pan left or look the opposite way, like this, in this direction, I could flip the sound. But that's a lot of editing. Well, that's more editing. I'm already doing editing. I'm actually enjoying the video editing because the Insta360 makes it a lot easier and a lot more fun, in my opinion. It really conveys more of the story or the experience that I want in a non-360 way. Sometimes I think 360, it's just too much information. Like straight 360 videos, just too much information. I mean, you're just looking all over the place. You don't know where to look. You're just like looking. In my opinion, the audience, like or most audience, prefer to be directed. That's why you have a director, in a movie production, in a film production, in a video production. They want to be directed to be, exposed. The audience wants the director to expose them to an experience. They don't necessarily want to go into their personal experience and into another personal experience. They're here to escape that personal experience and let somebody else take over. There seems to be some pleasure in just letting your mind wander, and it might be healthy too to let your mind wander, especially if you have if you process a lot of information, or if you're a very high intensity in your thought. It's nice to let go of that and have somebody else take over your thoughts. And in some ways, that's what videos do. They allow someone to be taken over, and essentially, that's what you're doing. In some ways, you're communicating or imposing sometimes, depending who's making the content, your view or will. So anyway, so I got the Insta360 on. I'm wearing a white jacket, my white jacket here. It's hot today, but I got the AC. It kind of conceals all the stuff I have, and it just looks like a little black stick sticking out of my chest. If I put my hand at the base of it, where it sticks out from the jacket, it looks like I'm holding it. But, it just hides all the chest mount strap and everything, so I don't look too crazy. What I like about this is that I could just take it off. I could take off the selfie stick and then do other things. So I also brought my backpack, my different backpack. It's my smaller, lighter backpack. No water bottle, I took that out, or the water bladder, I took that out. I brought all the 360 equipment. I'm going to try to do the bullet time, just to see what it's like, if it can be useful in any way. I'll try to make it fun. It won't be in this video, of course, it'll be in another video. But I'll do the bullet time. I'm going to try to mimic the Matrix, because that's what everybody kind of thinks the bullet time is good for, is the Matrix, and we'll see what creative ways I can make a video content, make some content for you to look at. As far as an action camera, is the Insta360 good for an action camera? As far as video footage, it is awesome as an action camera. It stabilizes. It has direction lock if you use the iOS or Apple iPhone or iPad with the 360 app. You can use the 360 app in the iOS to also pan left, right, and all that, and follow somebody. And I don't really do that. I think I prefer to use a stabilization on the iOS and then direction lock. Maybe improve the stitching, maybe. Depends. I haven't noticed between the stitching improvements or optimization, but maybe my eyes, doesn't pick it up. But after that, I export it and then put it into the Insta360 Studio, and that's where I do all my panning and my cuts, and not really cuts. I mean, it's all the same footage. I'm just selecting the view to present to the audience, and that's what I really, really like about the Insta360 is I get to select all the parts that I probably couldn't get otherwise with just a camera phone and a gimbal. So the more I'm using the Insta360, the more and more I'm moving away from at least the gimbal. I'm still using Samsung Galaxy S, but not as video footage. Maybe as a B-roll backup video footage, just in case my Insta360 kind of, I don't know, stops working for whatever reason. Low battery, low memory. I accidentally pushed the start and stop button, all that stuff. But for the most part, I'm able to capture a lot, like this open field right over here. Maybe I'll show it to you, maybe not. I don't know. So it really enhances my point of view presentation, and I'm enjoying it immensely. I don't like editing at all. I think it distorts. I personally believe, especially my style of video, my point of view, if you edit too much, now well, I guess we all manipulate, but there's some, when you do content, there's definitely manipulation in how you present, and that's part of the craft. That is part of the craft. I'm calling it a craft, like as in magic. You're essentially witches and wizards and maybe warlocks. I don't know. I'm getting voodoo hoodoo here, but you're able to create magic in some ways on how you present your video content, and that's all right. I recognize that. There's nothing wrong with it. You want to practice your craft. That's wonderful. But me on the other hand, I like more. I like things to be more real, because if misinterpreted, and a lot of people and a lot of the audience will misinterpret a lot of things, because they just don't understand what's really going on. Can be misled, or they can mislead themselves. So I try to keep it real as possible. That's why I don't edit, and plus it saves a lot of time if you don't edit. You just do your thing and you do that one take. That's it. For me, that's it. Once it's uploaded, for me, that's it. It's uploaded. If I made a mistake, well, that's life. People make mistakes in life, right? People make mistakes. Now, you would probably think, put out your best content, but people in real life don't always put their best content. And in real life, you don't do your best all the time. You do, you do what you need to do to get it done. And sometimes you can put the best content. Sometimes you can't. And that's real life. That's life. Accidents happen. Unfortunate things happen. Matter of fact, one of my viewers or audience member left a comment about a doctor, cardiologist, who was a patient of George W. Bush, I believe. No, George H. Bush. And the doctor, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. I only know him as the cardiologist who patient was George W. Bush. But he was gunned down riding a bike. Just riding a bike. And someone just riding a bike as well stopped in front of him and just gunned him down, just like that. And, things like that happen. And if you've seen some of my riding videos, I wear some body armor, soft body armor. And you may think that's crazy or abnormal, but is it really? Is it? I know these are things people don't think about, or I should say the average person, the general public don't think about, but we live in a precarious time. Random events sometimes happen that way. Anyways, so back to my editing thing. So I'm able to edit, and I'm editing I'm gonna try to stick to real time edit, like as it happens. I'm just panning right, cutting left, and whatever I'm doing, and just to give a better experience. The sound quality on this may not be good. It's mono, but I think in this particular instance, the drive-alongs, mono should be fine. Mono should be great. That shouldn't be an issue. So I brought all the equipment. What else? I brought the tripod that came with the Apple version. I've also, when I did the unboxing, there was a 3/4 with a fish line for the bullet function that I totally missed out on. Anyways, I'm not going to really use that since I got the selfie stick with the bullet handle from the Apple Store. What I am going to do is, however, use that to do something else, and I need to stop by the store. But anyways, I'm almost at the destination. I'm dropping the kids off to watch a movie. So I guess I will be stopping this video shortly. Hope you all enjoyed this ride along. Different experience. I'll see what I'll do with the editing. I'm most likely am not going to do a 360 on this. Probably not going to do it. I know I'm not going to do a 360 on this. I don't have the Samsung Galaxy S as a mic, so it's just going to be a regular video. Alright, I'm going to end this video right here. See y'all later.